So today we'll be navigating Android updates, specifically the latest ones that were released last year in around October and this year in June, which are Android 14 and Android 15. So here's the table of contents. First, we'll go over what Android is, why you should update it, and then we'll go over the newer versions, and finally we'll end with how you can actually update it on your phone. So what is Android? Android is a commonly used operating system that's utilized in many modern smartphones and tablets. In case you probably heard of the term operating system before, but if in case you don't know what that means, it's basically a software that manages your phone on your behalf. It's the layer between the hardware and the human. Android at its core is open source, which means that the code is available online for free. That means that developers around the world can easily make changes to it and you know share those changes with each other and make new updates and new versions of Android available online. Android supports a ton of apps. A lot of these apps take a long time to be available on Apple products because there's way more steps to the process in Apple. But for Android, there's a lot of app support, and the base version is quite clean. Android was created as a software for digital cameras back in before 2008, and then it was purchased by Google, and it was first used in 2008 on an HTC phone, and it only became widespread when Samsung and Xiaomi started using it in the 2010s. So why update your Android phone? So reason number one, the new Android updates come with brand new features that enhance the software experience of your phone. Some of these features can be really useful. For example, screen sharing and AI summaries for your notes. Another reason is that these updates give you some vital security updates and fix some security breaches and vulnerabilities. There's always people out there hacking and maliciously making software that can prey on other users. So, as time passes on, the previous versions become less and less safe. So, it is vital to update your Android version because those new versions account for those previous uh, lapses in the security. Reason number three, Androids can allow for more customization. We'll get further into that in the features later on. There are some reasons that you would not want to update it right away. New updates are often quite buggy, so you may want to wait a few months or a few weeks before you update your software to give the developers time to fix those bugs. Regardless, at the end of the day, you want to be up to date with the update. And if you get invited to try out a beta, which probably won't happen, but in case it does, you shouldn't agree to it unless you are comfortable with these bugs that will happen. So below are some features that have been introduced with updates in the past. In Android 12, you got the ability to change the designs. In Android 11, they added conversation bubbles. Similarly, in Android 11, they added screen recording capabilities. In Android 10, they added a system dark mode. And in further back versions, there was adaptive brightness and split screen apps. These Android updates bring a lot of useful features. Although newer updates might not come with groundbreaking abilities, you can still get your device leveled up without paying a dime. Back in the early 2010s and late 2010s, the smartphone market was booming. There's all these new features and updates coming every few months. But now we have come to hit a sort of plateau, and most of the new updates aren't really major change. They're just some nice little tidbits that you might find convenient. So here we'll move on to Android 14 versus Android 15. Android 15 can lock your device automatically if it detects that someone snatched your phone. This way, they can't access your personal information. Another feature is a private space on your phone. In this private space, you have the ability to add certain apps or certain files or certain photos that are further password locked. So your phone has its own password, and then within your phone, you have a second layer, a second space that is extra private, and that will have another password. There's advanced protection for attacks against scam calls, etc. There's detailed app permissions. So in this case, you can give certain apps permission to specific photo galleries, to your specific to your mic, and you have more capability to restrict access of these apps. There was the circle to search update. You can tap the bar at the bottom of your screen, and then you can circle anything on your screen to do a search using Google Lens. There were some redesigned volume controls. There was an adaptive vibration as well. What your phone does is it detects the surface that you place your phone on. If it's soft and if it's hard, it detects that difference, and accordingly, it will adjust its vibration strength so that it is not too distracting, but it is still noticeable. There was a Braille display support recently. It's really useful for those visually impaired. They can attach a Braille display to their phone or to their Android device via USB or via Bluetooth. And there's satellite connectivity, but that's limited to the US for now. There's app pairs. Uh, you might have noticed while using your phone that you're having to switch between apps quite frequently. There's an ability to split screen those apps. So, for example, one app takes the top half of your screen, and the other half is the other app. And you can save this configuration of two app pairs, and you can save that as a shortcut on your homepage. And that way, in the future, if you ever want to use any of those apps, you can open both of them together. There's partial screen sharing in case you want to share only a certain page of your browser or something. And there's also Gemini Live. That will depend on the phone assistant you have by default. Finally, we're moving on to Android 16, which was just introduced in this June, like last month. A lot of these features aren't out yet, but they are coming soon. There's desktop windowing in case you're using a tablet or large portable phones. There's live update notifications. So instead of having a static notification at the top, that notification can update every minute. For example, if you're ordering an Uber, it and the notification says 14 minutes away. After a few minutes, it will update and say 12 minutes away on its own. There's also auto group notifications. Notifications that are from the same app can be grouped together. There's Material 3 expressive design, which are just some visual elements to make your phone look better. There's also the adaptive refresh rate. You won't really bother with this if you're not really interested in high performance apps. There's also a predictive back gesture they're coming up with. So you can see a small preview of your previous screen before you go back to the previous screen, in case you choose not to go there. There's custom keyboard shortcuts, and there's a notification cooldown. So you can time out a notification for, let's say, 15 minutes. You don't want any other notifications from a specific app for a certain amount of time. That way, you don't have to turn it off and on again all the time. There's a new battery health dashboard, so you can find out how healthy uh, your device's battery is, whether it needs to get replaced or whether you need to get a new device altogether. There's also some extended support for app dark modes. You can now force some apps to switch to dark mode, even if the app developers themselves haven't implemented that functionality. And finally, there's AuraCast audio support for calls using hearing aids. That will depend on whether your hearing aids are compatible or not. Okay, finally, we're moving on to how you can update your Android device. So first of all, go to the native settings app of your phone. Go to the settings app basically, and scroll down to system. And inside system, there should be an option that says software updates. And within that tab, there should be a button that says check for updates. Make sure your phone has enough storage. And in case you're not sure, your device will tell you before you update whether there is enough storage or not. Clean up your device storage if it tells you to, and then make sure you have adequate battery. If you're if you doubt whether you have enough battery, you can just plug your phone in and have it charged while you update your phone. Then you can just click on the download update button, and you should expect about a 10-minute wait time while your phone updates. There are also options available in many phones to schedule an overnight update. So you don't have to even bother to update it yourself. You can just set it to auto update at night. And here are some facts you should note while updating. Your phone might look different after you update, and this difference could just be a visual change, and maybe everything under the layer is all the same. Oftentimes, a new update can have unexpected bugs and battery issues. If that's the case, these will get fixed quite soon, within a matter of days or weeks. And if there's something majorly wrong that doesn't get fixed, you should try to contact your manufacturer or your provider to be safe.